Many older adults are concerned that their walking speed has decreased, but they feel unable to walk faster due to pain or fear of falling. Hi, I'm Dr. Dave Candy, and in this video, I'll share 3 tips to help you walk faster, safely, and without increasing pain. Now, there are really only 2 ways to walk faster. You either take longer steps, or you take more steps in a given period of time. Now, your step length is determined by 3 things: flexibility in your hip flexors and calves, strength in your glutes and calves, and balance. So the first tip is going to work on the flexibility in your calves and hip flexors, as well as on balance. And then the next one will work on the strength of the calves and glutes. So for this first tip, you're going to start out just as if you were taking a step. Don't take an overly long step so that your back arches, but take a normal step length. And you want to keep your heel flat on the floor and toes pointed ahead. Then push your hips forwards so that you feel both a stretch in the front of your hip as well as in your calf. This simulates the normal step that you would take when you're walking, but then hold this position for about a minute. If you feel like you have some balance concerns, feel free to hold on while doing this, but this should be a gentle, comfortable stretch. And again, you don't want to arch your back when you're doing this. You want to keep your trunk in a nice, solid position. Squeeze your glutes, which does actually help with the glute strengthening to some extent. It also gives you a nice stretch in the front of your hip flexor and in the back of your calves. So after holding that stretch for a minute, ready to move on to the next exercise. Your calf and glute strength are important in your step length because that's what actually gives you the power to propel you forwards. Now, force is equal to mass times acceleration, if you remember that from physics. But since your body mass is relatively constant, unless you're carrying something heavy, the acceleration is really what's going to drive the force that you produce with your glutes and your calves. And you use that acceleration force to drive you forward when walking. Some people will make the mistake of pulling forwards with this front leg, but what you really want to do is push off the back leg, and that gives you the momentum to go forwards. And that uses both a combination of your glutes and calves. Now, many athletes, when they're practicing drills to increase their running speed, they'll do plyometric or quick exercises that involve jumping. And that's to help improve the explosiveness of their calves and glutes. They go into a position known as triple extension, where they're extended at the hips, extended at the knees, and extended at the calves. Normally that's something like bounding drills like that, but if you have concerns about balance and walking, it's probably unlikely that you're going to do exercises like that. However, this next one is a modified version of bounding that you can do safely just about anywhere. To do this, you'll face towards a wall and put your hands up on the wall above you. Then start with your legs on the floor, and then you want to explode up quickly using your calves and glutes, and then bringing the other leg up like this. That also does give you a hip flexor stretch in the front of the leg. So it'll look something like this. You go up like that quickly, and then come back down. And then up quickly with the other leg, and then come back down, up quickly, and come back down, and up quickly, and come back down. Repeat about 10 of those on each leg, or however many you feel comfortable doing. That's to increase the power that you produce as you're pushing off, which again helps you increase your step length. Now, the final tip is to help improve your turnover rate or cadence. That's the number of steps that you take in a given period of time. When people have lost confidence in their balance, they tend to slow down and take slower steps. And the reason for that is they're afraid of falling. Balance confidence has actually been shown to be a predictor of falls. If you fall, you're likely to lose some confidence in your balance, but the reverse is also true. Lack of confidence in your balance actually makes you more likely to fall. But walking is not a cognitive activity. There was an experiment done a long time ago where they cut the spinal cord of a cat and then put it on a treadmill. And even though the brain wasn't connected to the spine, it was still able to walk. And that's because walking is a learned pattern that's housed within your spinal cord. If you get your brain in the way too much, then your walking pattern breaks down and your performance actually decreases. That's the reason why sports psychology is such a big field that high-level athletes are willing to pay a lot of money for. Because when they get inside their heads, then their learned performance decreases. Even though they've practiced it and they don't need to think about it, thinking about it actually decreases their performance. Now, if you've been walking for 50, 60, 70 or more years, you are an expert in walking. You've taken far more steps than Michael Jordan ever took foul shots or Tiger Woods ever took golf swings. So you know how to walk. It's just a matter of getting your head out of the way. Now, it can be scary to walk faster if you've had some falls or lack confidence in balance. But the only way to get the confidence back is to overcome the fear. Now, you don't want to be reckless in doing this. You want to do it under a controlled environment. Now, when we do this in the clinic, we'll actually hold on to patients and guide them to walk at a faster speed. And almost without fail, their performance increases and they walk better and more confidently because they're not thinking about it so much. They also have the confidence that we're holding on to them, and it decreases the fear of falling. Now, if you're doing this at home, you can walk with a family member. You can hold on to a wheeled walker and practice walking quickly with that. Or if you have the ability to use a treadmill and you have a treadmill available, walking faster on the treadmill while holding on to the handrails can also help you become more confident in your walking. But if you just let your body get in the rhythm that it's learned over decades, you'll be surprised that you actually do much better than when you take slower, more deliberate steps and let your head get in the way. Now, if you need some more tips to help you walk more safely and confidently, and you're in the St. Louis area, we'd be happy to help you out here at More for Life. And if you're watching this from somewhere else, we've got another Balance and Mobility Tips for Seniors playlist right up there. But before you go check that out, if you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to our channel so you can get notified of our future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.